Hey everybody, Fulcha Rash. Welcome back to 365 Days of Irish Tenor Banjo Tunes. We are on day 84 today. If you're just joining for the first time, this is my New Year's resolution. Pick up the banjo at least once a day, learn a new tune, and I post them on YouTube mostly for my own accountability. And this is like a way for me to try and improve. I am a beginner, but I'm figuring by playing every day, hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be half decent. So today, being a Sunday and I've got all day at home, we're going to challenge myself a little bit. So we're going to be playing a reel in B minor called the Musical Priest. So B minor is a key I don't play very often, although it's the same notes as D major, F sharp, C sharp. It's just the order and sort of bass that they center around that makes it sound a little bit different. But we're going to be challenging ourselves because we'll start off and I'll play once through slow with the Banjo Buddies version. This is number 251 in the big book of 365 Irish tunes. And then I'm going to try and challenge myself to play Enda Hill's simple ornamentation version. So he does have a tutorial on this on YouTube for free, but he's also got it on his sound slice with notation and everything like that. You can print it out, or you can follow along with the little slide. So it's kind of handy when you want to learn something new or a little bit more tricky. So I often go to him when I want to try and do sort of a slightly more complex version of the same tune. And his version is a little bit different in that it misses a lot of the high B's, especially in the third part of this tune, are particularly difficult, and you'll see when we get there what I mean by that. So anyways, for now, we're going to do the Banjo Buddy version of the Musical Priest, first time through, nice and slow. So that's the version that I have from the Banjo Buddy. And as you can see in that B part, when you're going from the B, so the second fret on your, I don't know, second string if you count them up from the bottom, whatever, all the way over to your high B. So you're doing a full octave basically. It's really, it's tough to hit because you're crossing string and you're going way up to that high B, and this particular the way I tend to do it, which is sight reading, so I'm looking at the page and I'm not looking at my hands. But I really think that's a good exercise to do every once in a while. So for starters, when you're doing that, try and have your thumb down a little lower on the fretboard, or when you're coming up to that part, move it down, because if you're stretching from here all the way up to there, it's very difficult. But so if you can just kind of practice, maybe you have to look at first, but then eventually look away and just do a few of those. And even then just add in that whole phrase. I don't remember what the phrase is, but I think that was it. Anyways, that's a good tip. When you come to a tricky part, just focus on that little spot and loop it through a few times. And maybe you have to do it really super slow and look at your fingers for the first while and then try and look away and just get a better feel for where that jump is from there to there on your instrument. Okay, so now we're going to do the Enda Ska Hill simple ornamentation version. Like I said, you can find a tutorial of it on YouTube. Maybe I'll put a link in there, or it's also on his Patreon. If you're part of that, you can get a sound slice course of this as well too. So I think we'll probably try that through once slow also, and then I will try and speed it up. And you know, I'm just learning an ornamentation, so I'm not sure how fast we'll get it, but we've got a little bit of time today, so let's see what we can do. Okay, that's just the slow version, and that is taking me half an hour to get to that part. Yeah, I'm looking at the timer on the video. It's like 27 minutes. Those 3-note triplets are really messing me up. They almost don't even sound like they belong there, but when Enda plays it, they clearly do, so obviously they belong there. So I might replace them with something else if I can even speed this up at all, but I'm going to practice some more, and we are going to try and get this a little bit faster. But it's scorching out here. I'm going to get a drink. Okay, so I've been working on this all day and having a really hard time kind of keeping tempo and pace and also those 3-note trebles. But what I've decided I'm going to do, I've plugged in Enda Ska Hill's sound slice. I've got a bud in one ear, and I'm going to play it at 60% and try and play along with that and see if that makes a difference and we can get off a decent recording. Okay, so that's what I had to settle for, was 50% of Enda's version, but I'm pretty happy with that. There's a lot going on in that tune, and I'm pretty pleased with my results and for sticking with it for so long. I think all said, I practiced for like an hour and 45 minutes. Anyways, that's it for tonight, and we will see you tomorrow. So long.